And your story, Jeff.
Okay, yeah, so... So I was talking to this guy.
Yeah?
At work.
Right.
And I was like talking about how... Oh, yeah, so this guy, other guy at work, and he's like 45, maybe 40-something. He's kind of older. But he doesn't really act that old. I think he acts like he's like 30, like 20 or something.
Okay.
But he just looks 45. And so I didn't really think he was 45 until he told me.
Yeah.
But anyways, I called him to like tell him that the thing he ordered had come in. I call him like, hey, your thing came in. He's like, oh, cool. Yeah, I'm like, he ordered a helicopter.
Oh, cool.
Like an electronic one.
Those are fun.
I'm like, hey, it came in. He's like, oh, cool. And I'm like, what are you doing on your day off? He's like, I'm just playing Diablo 2. I'm like, oh, cool.
Nice.
It's a fun game. So then, I told like one of the other guys at work. He's like a couple years younger than me.
Yeah.
And he's like, you called Steve? Oops. He's like, you called Steve? And I'm like, yeah, I called Steve. And then, and he's like, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, what's he doing? I'm like, I was playing Diablo 2. And he's like, oh, didn't that come out? That came out like when he was like a teenager. I'm like, no. Like, he came out when he was like 30. He's like, what? He's like, Diablo 2 came out in 2000. He's like, oh. I'm like, it's not that old. It's only like 12 years old.
But it looks that old.
It's true. But he's like, it's like, okay.
I'll get raped.
So like, let's see, teenagers. That would have been like Atari when he was a teenager.
Oh my gosh, wow.
So like, Diablo 2, no.
No.
What are you doing all the way over there?
It's because where all the battle is, man. I have this game memorized. I like know where all the drop shits will go.
I've played it forever. I should get this.
Well, neither have I, but still, I just played it. Because when I bought an Xbox, this is why I bought an Xbox. So I could play this game.
Oh yeah, I remember you had
And Obi-Wan.
No, you had an Xbox, and you didn't have this game, though.
Well, for a little bit.
Like
Well, I guess I bought it for Obi-Wan then.
You had Obi-Wan, that was it?
That was why I wanted it.
And what else did you have?
That was it. For
Stranger's Wrath?
Stranger's Wrath came out later. Because Munch's Odyssey came out with Xbox. That was the release title.
Oh, really?
Of Xbox.
No, I didn't know that. I thought it was Halo. Munch's Odyssey that nobody played except you.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that played it.
It's because they didn't play the original games.
Everyone played the original ones.
No,
it's like
not
huge
everyone.
Famous. Everyone knows who they are.
No, they don't.
Like my brother loves those games, and
you have to be the right age group.
And I didn't even know he played them.
Like kids our age have no idea what it is.
It's true.
Let's be honest.
Well, they don't know anything.
You have to be like, because I heard about it through my brother-in-law Brandon, and he's like 30 something.
Oh, really?
So he's in that age group. He's like at least 10 years older. Or more. I don't know.
Kids these days. They don't even know.
They don't even know what they're missing. Like, so I heard about it through him, and I actually borrowed his PlayStation to play it.
I thought it was your PlayStation.
No, at first I borrowed his.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then I bought
Okay,
one
I remember
later.
when you borrowed it now.
Yeah.
I remember you always
borrowed
talking
it,
about this.
and I played it all the time, and those games were just so fun. I played, what is it? I played Abes Exoddus, because that was the first one. I beat that, and then Abes Abes Odyssey was the first one, my bad. Abes Odyssey, and then Abes Exoddus. Exoddus had like 4 discs.
Wow.
It's a huge game, but I mean, like, not that big
That was every
today.
game on
But that was like
PlayStation.
every game back then.
Every game on PlayStation.
Because they couldn't fit anything on the discs.
Even like Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
Every Final Fantasy game had 4 discs.
Yeah.
Except,
So it was like as long as a Final Fantasy game,
yeah.
which is awesome. So I tried to find all the secrets of that game. I wasn't even close.
Oh, really?
There's so many things in that game. It's like, how are you supposed to find that? To release all the prisoners and stuff, to save them, because they're in captivity. That game was just like revolutionary because it wasn't a game where you fought dudes. It was a game where you like used puzzle solving to free dudes and like just cool stuff like that. And you like had like mind powers to like possess the enemy and use them to shoot their guns at the other guys.
Oh, really?
It's so fun.
Like, it's kind of nice, like, playing a game like that. Like, when I played, like, when you get in that mindset when you play all these games, it's like, oh, you gotta kill every guy. You know?
Yeah.
You gotta collect, like, you gotta kill every guy and you gotta search everything and kill every guy. And, like, then you play, like, Metal Gear Solid, and you're not supposed to kill every guy, you're supposed to run away.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you're like, wait, what? You know, it's confusing at first.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you keep trying to kill the guy and you keep losing. You're like, ah, and you're like, just run away, dude.
It's like games that open your mind to different.
And you're like, oh, I can just
different
leave.
ways you can play. Is
It's
like
I can
huge.
just run away. I don't have to kill everybody.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck?
Oh, we got the Warhawk. You want to drive or shoot?
You drive.
Okay.
Unless you want to shoot.
No, I'm fine with driving. I
They'll
like
drop it
driving.
on me only.
Yeah, it can kill you if you're under it.
Yeah, weird.
Oh.
Ah, shooting. I remember when I first drove a car in this game, I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, because no one like used the up stick to drive a car.
Yeah, no one ever did that, ever.
And
It
like
was
to
always,
turn
like-
is the camera as well.
Yeah, it was weird.
That was
Cave is
huge
not a
and
natural
different.
formation.
Always everybody used the,
Someone built it.
like a gas
So it
button.
must
It was like
lead
X for gas, and square
I've
for brake.
hacked into the
Wait,
public
yeah.
battle network.
what is it on Xbox? What did they
Broadcasting
use for
tactical data on
for,
unreported channels.
like gas
Show
and
them
brake
who they're
and stuff?
dealing with.
For Halo?
For like
Master Chief,
GTA.
I'm going to use your suit's transcom
It's
system
R.
to monitor their chatter.
Oh.
So the triggers is the
What
same
about like
control
GTA 3?
scheme. GTA 3 is, I think they changed it to R instead of A.
Hey.
Right?
Okay, because like in X on PlayStation, like X, like you, for example, on Xbox, you just hold A to go, and then you're like R would be like the trigger brake, you know. So like that'd be your handbrake,
Yeah.
and
Shoot
then
'em.
X would be like reverse. I think it's different. Was reverse L?
Yeah.
So it's always been different on Xbox.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was so hard for me to switch.
But now that you've done it, it's different and good now, right?
I can
Because
do it
you
either way.
can, because with A, you had one like speed. It was to go fast, and that's it. Like with the triggers, you can control how fast you go.
Yeah, the advantages are that, and you can use both sticks at the same time.
Yeah.
But with the other way, you
Like that's
can't.
huge.
It's true.
I always liked it better, but you were always like, "Oh, you go with R? Oh, that sucks." And I'm like, "No."
It was just weird to me. I don't know.
It was just a new thing. Oh, we gotta activate the bridge.
I can do it either way. I don't mind.
Like when people like switched from 64 to this, people like hated it because they couldn't do it. They couldn't move forward and look with a different stick. Because like in Bond, it's just one stick to look and shoot. I mean, to look around and walk and everything. But like you think about Halo, you move with this stick, and you look with the right stick.
Yeah.
Like girls especially, they could never figure it out. Like when I play, like, oh, let's play Halo, and they're like, oh, I don't know how to do this. How do you turn? It's like, come on. Like they just didn't grow up with it, so it was super hard for them to figure out. But like once you do it, and it's so much better.
I never even had a 64.
'Cause you
so
can
like,
strafe and
just
stuff.
Never knew. Just never knew.
Well, I guess you could use the C buttons to strafe with GoldenEye.
I always
but
I
people
always like
didn't.
I played whenever I played James Bond, I always switched it to that. I always switched it to so you moved around with the C buttons and then
That's like Turok.
aimed with the
sticks, yeah.
Yeah, that's all. I always switched to that.
That's Turok, like its default
Yeah.
game.
That's how it feels better.
It does feel better if people like know that they can do that.
Yeah.
But like people like they were simple back then, so they didn't really care about it.
Like that's how I always played games because that's how my cousin had it. My cousin's like the only person I knew that had it at 64, and he always played everything like that. So I just did it.
Oh, okay.
I never had to do it. I just never
Ooh,
liked the
that was
64
gotcha.
stick. Ugh.
Well, no one did.
Ugh.
I mean, it was like something new, so it wasn't like, how dare they?
I know.
It was like they're at least trying something, and it didn't work. But the 64 system is amazing. If it had a good controller, it would be the best.
And there really like isn't that many games on it, to be honest.
Whatever.
No, the library's teeny on that.
Then why do I have so many games?
That's all of them.
No, it's not.
There's only like 150 or something. 'Cause,
Whatever.
Like, you look at every other system. and
Well,
there's just
PlayStation 2
tons
has
of
nothing
games.
over because they have so many Japanese titles.
Well, I'm not saying just Japanese titles.
I know,
like
but
anything
or
in
like
general.
any other title, because that system has like been around and like is still alive for some reason for so long. Like people just didn't want to give up on it.
Well, I know, but like it has so many games, like just tons and tons. But the 64 just didn't have a whole lot of games. Like, I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. There's lots of crappy games.
That's true, but there
They're
were
just-
crappy games. Like
I mean, there's a ton of crappy games on like PS2. and
I don't think.
PlayStation.
Are you sure you're right about this? Did you read about it? Or do you know?
I remember. Yeah, let's see here. You're
'Cause-
driving, so it's
yeah,
okay.
it's okay. Because
I'll look this up.
I have a
real
ton of
fast.
games and they're all good. They're not amazing, but they're good.
So total
Let me get some ammo right
games.
here. Ooh, the sniper. Take that. Yo.
You'll transport me, right?
Oh, you're still in me.
sick.
You're still in me.
sick.
All right, next time anyway, we'll be back and talk about N64 if Jeff's right or wrong. He's gonna be wrong.